So there's a real critical piece here, and this is really important. I know that Rich Coleman has really made it clear that public safety is important to him. It's important to me. I know it's important to all of us here. And but the key piece that we need to do and we talk about is how do we fund it? How do we support our public safety employees?
Well, I think it's important that when we talk about funding, that we start looking at funding our communities that actually need those facilities. So we're talking about bringing full complements of career firefighters where they're needed.
That's right. They have an idea. We have an idea of adding a full-time fire hall and making the Fort Langley Fire Hall full-time as well, not just volunteer, to service those communities, and especially the growing Willoughby catchment, close to 208 and 72nd.
And this is not just because, this is because of the NFPA 1710 regulations put forth by the actual fire departments in communities across the world, right? This is not just because we decided that Brookswood needs to have a full-time fire department.
They also need not just the contingent of career firefighters, they need their facilities upgraded, right? We need to make sure that that hall can support that incoming influx of firefighters.
Our officers and our firefighters also need some mental health support as well. So that's why we're going to support some mental health workers to work with our RCMP officers and our firefighters, so they have the correct mindset at the end of the day after the tragedies they're seeing and working with, to have that support to help them as well.
These points are so critical, and this is why our team is going to lead the way with public safety.
Agreed.
And in the last 12 years, there's been more than 40,000 people move into the township of Langley, and these are just people who are living here, not driving through the township of Langley. So these are things that need to be done now, not in 8, 10, 12 years from now.
Speaking to what you were talking about, Kathy, with mental health services, I think the other thing we're looking at is bringing mental health officers to work with our police officers so that they can work in tandem. A majority of the calls coming in are not necessarily crime related, but even if they are crime related, there's a mental health issue there that has to be dealt with.
And we've seen this kind of success with other cities such as Surrey with their Car 64 program.
Correct.
Yeah, that's benefited Surrey quite a bit by having an RCMP officer work with a mental health worker to do calls where you can help people that aren't, like you said, Gerald, not just committing crimes.
And that lends to communication, Kathy. I think that's a big one, right? And we're fortunate that we have the info management system here in BC so that our police officers are in constant awareness and communication of what's going on, so we can address those hotspots and put forth the right resources that need to be addressed within our community.
Yeah, that's really key to having those successes within that. It's an innovation approach that we're bringing here, and that is going to have a tangible effect on public safety. There's no other way to do it. We have to do it this way.